Hey, Nicole Prigge-Taylor here, and I am here to talk to you about appraisals and why they're an important part of the buying or selling process and what you should know about them. So what the heck even is an appraisal and why does it matter? An appraisal is a professional, unbiased opinion of value done by an appraiser, and it's going to be utilized anytime that there's financing with the purchase of a property, or, in that terms, a sale too. So an appraiser is going to create a report based off of a visual inspection and then what they can compare to. So they're going to take a market analysis, comps in the area, amenities of the home, so think like square footage, different floor plan items, aspects, so like bed bath count, those different things, and they're going to compile all of that to come up with a market value for that home. But why is that even important? So the appraisal value is going to dictate what your lender will or will not give to you. So if a home appraises at or above what you offered, that's a good thing. That means that the appraiser found that the value is in that home. Now let's say that there's a low appraisal. What happens then? With a low appraisal, what can happen is either you have to go back to negotiations with buyer and seller and come to terms and rectify that price difference. That might be the seller reducing the purchase price. It might be the buyer bringing more money to the table. It might be buyer and seller finding a happy medium, or the fourth option, which would be a termination of the contract. And that's typically the least desired option, but it does happen. So who pays for an appraiser? Typically, the buyer side pays for the appraiser, which can vary in price depending on the market you're in and depending on supply and demand. Just like with anything else, if appraisal is in high demand and there's not a lot of appraisers in that market, that can drive up the cost of an appraisal as well as delay an appraisal. And that's where you might see extended closing times. So who is the appraisal for, though? The appraisal is for the lender. The appraiser is to the lender as an inspector is to the home buyer. What that really means is that the appraiser is there to verify the value and what you have offered and to give the lender peace of mind that they are in fact lending an appropriate amount of money for this property, that it maintains and holds the value that you have assigned to it. Because just because I want to offer $500,000 and I'm pre-approved for that amount on a property doesn't mean it's actually worth that in the marketplace. It might be worth that to me subjectively, but it needs to be worth that to anyone. So let's wrap it up a little bit. Appraisals are intended to verify the value of the home, and they are an integral part of the buying process. You have to allot enough time for an appraisal to not only be conducted, but for the market value to be assessed, submitted, and then that's when your lender takes over and the escrow side of things. So thanks for tuning in and learning about the appraisal process. If you have any questions about the buying process or appraisals in general, shoot me a DM or a message today.